Hello, Red Diamond agents. I have possibly the most important video for you today. 5-minute video. I try not to waste too much of your ADD time, but these are important. You need to watch them. They're good for you. And in this particular video, if you don't do what we talk about in this video, you don't get paid. So this is the most important video ever of all time to watch. Okay, we do a transaction. There's going to be a purchase agreement signed by all parties. Any changes on the purchase agreement need to be initialed by all parties. There needs to be an agency disclosure first and foremost when you met the client. There needs to be a lead-based paint disclosure, and there should be a property disclosure depending on what type of property it is. You should have this with your packet. So when the deal is done, and it comes in on the file on .loop, I want to see agency disclosure, in this order preferably, property disclosure, lead-based paint disclosure if the home is older than 1979, the purchase agreement, and the purchase agreement needs to be initialed properly. So a purchase agreement that was sent to one party, the buyer or the seller, and not signed by the other party is not a purchase agreement. A purchase agreement needs to be signed by both parties. Any changes in that purchase agreement, we made an offer $240,000, they countered with $230,000, we all agreed to $235,000. I need to see that scratched off, or it needs to say $235,000 with everybody's initials next to it, or a nice clean contract is ideal, and it's got signatures at the bottom of the final page. If I don't see these things, I cannot wire the check to your bank account, which is a perfect segue to the new way we are going to get paid. From here on out, if you give me your routing number and your checking account, I'm going to wire the funds straight over from Red Diamond Realty's Huntington bank account to your personal bank account. There's no more checks waiting at the office. There's no more checks, period. It's just going to be wired into your account directly as soon as I get a commission check. That commission check is deposited. It is in the bank account for 48 hours. It may be 3 days if it's more than $5,000, which most of them are. And the documentation is either in .loop or in my hand in a hard copy. And of course, you all know about RDR docs at hotmail.com. So we are still emailing all of the documentation to rdrdocs at hotmail.com. Red Diamond Realty Docs, RDR Docs at hotmail.com, and or .loop. We have a commercial account with .loop, and you can use that account for your documentation. There needs to be the purchase agreement signed by all parties, the agency disclosure signed by all parties, residential property disclosure signed by all parties, lead-based paint disclosure signed by all parties if the home was built prior to 1979. You might have HOA contracts, you might have some other addendums, there might be contingencies, anything like that, but those forms, those original forms, must be in every single file. It is what the state looks for. It is what they want to see. It is what I look for. It is what I want to see. You will then receive 90% of your commission less $25. So if you have a $7,000 commission, there is going to be $725 taken out from it, and there is going to be the rest to you. So this is the best commission split we have, but you've got to play by the rules. Nobody gets paid, nobody gets money wired until the documentation is in. And like I said, this is the most important video of Red Diamond Realty for you. If you want to get paid, the documentation must be in. All right? I'm keeping this one short, so we got to make sure we get it right. Have a nice day.